So to start off with this makeup, I'm taking this Scarface makeup and I'm taking like the flesh tone color and the white and mixing it together, and I'm basically applying this all over my face. What I think of an asylum, I think that you're down there for a very, very long time and that you don't get the right nutrients for your skin, so it's very flaky and patchy and quite disgusting. So I decided to put 2 layers of that on my face, and then I used a sponge for that just so I get more of a texturized skin, and this basically works as latex, so that's what I did. And then taking the lightest foundation you own, just apply that over it. And the reason I did that is because you're also down there, you don't get sunlight, you don't really get to go out, so you are pretty pale. So I would recommend using a white, or you could use the lightest foundation you own, as I did here. And I just basically applied that all over my face just to even out the face Scarface that we used, and it's basically latex, as I said, so you could peel it as much as you want to create more scarring or texture on your skin, but I thought that using a sponge gave it enough. And then for my eyes, I'm taking just a black eyeshadow and a fluffy blending brush and just making my eyes very dark, since I think it just really goes with the look and gives you that really creepy effect. And those really black under eye circles, they are supposed to look exaggerated, of course, so it's not something natural. Then I went ahead and took some bronzer and just put that on my face, but very patchy wise, as if you're dirty, you don't really, take showers or take care of yourself or anything like that. Then going back in with the black, I just outlined where I wanted to make the big scar on my head. So I decided to make the scar on the right side of my head, and I just peeled away the latex. As you can see, it gave it a little bit of texture, not too much. And then I made a frown face and just put that there, just because I felt like as if my hands were dirty if I went ahead and touched my face. That is a line that I would, create. Then of course you could go back in and make your under eye circles as dark as you want, and then I just went ahead and added the black anywhere else on my face that I thought it would be needed. Then I went ahead and took like this flesh tone color putty, I would say. It didn't really have a label and I don't know what it's called because I got it last year, but you could get it at a Halloween store, or you could use latex. And the reason I put that on my forehead there is just later on in the video you'll see that I do open it up, and it just gives the scar on my head more depth and kind of more of a shadow, if that makes sense. And then I went ahead and took some red face paint and applied that anywhere that I'm going to be applying blood. I think blood is really fun, so I did apply it in a couple of places on my face. You definitely could choose one, like, only the nose, or only, the top of your forehead, or anything like that. And then to give it more dimension, make it look a little bit more realistic, I went ahead and took black and started to mix it in, because it isn't, new fresh blood. It is a little bit rotten per se. See, I opened the scar right there, and I just applied that, as I said, anywhere that I'm going to be putting blood. So on my forehead where I made the little scar, right under my nose, you'll see we're going to put the blood, and then I will continue to put that under my eyes in a sec. But before that, I totally forgot to make my lips kind of pale, because you aren't getting the right nutrients, as I said, so you don't have nice little pink lips. They are kind of pale and out there, so I just applied concealer on it. It's simple, you could just apply that, or some nude lipstick will work as well. Then right where my under eye circles ended, right where I put like the black powder, I started to add the red and black, because we will be putting blood there. And then of course I wanted all of the dirt kind of to run down my neck, so I just took the brush and started messing around with black and brown and putting it all down my neck, on my hands, and then a little bit on my shirt, just so it doesn't stop on your head. Now here's the fun part where we start to add the blood. So I started to add the blood inside my nose, because it is coming from the inside of my nose, so I thought that it would look best if I started there. And then I applied a little bit more of black eyeshadow on the tip of my nose to give it more of a rotten look. Then I started to just apply the first coat, anywhere that I wanted it. So right, as I said, my scar, underneath my eyes, and my nose. Yay, the fun part, more blood. So I really wanted to make the blood look as realistic as possible. So I wanted it to be coming out from actually the inside of my nose. So yes, I did put blood into my nose, and then I took as much as I could onto the Q-tip and then made it drip down. So I just let it drip from the Q-tip down my nose, and it did stop perfectly on my lip. Like, it didn't go in my mouth or anything like that, which was awesome. Then I went ahead and of course applied it to the little scab that we made on our forehead, and then I started to put it underneath my eyes. So I started off putting right where the under eye circles ended, and then I wanted to make it look as if I was kind of crying blood. So I did the same thing that I did to my nose. I kind of took a lot and then made it drip down, so as if it was coming from my eye. Then I just think this really did tie the whole look together. So I mixed some black face paint with the blood, and that made kind of like a really dried up blood colored look. And I just connected the two little lines that I made of blood underneath my eye. If that makes any sense, I thought it looked a lot more nicer with this look. It just kind of touched it all off together. And then after that, with the same technique that I did before, I decided to take the blood that was underneath my under eye circles and bring it up to the inner corner or inner part of my eye. I just think it did look a lot better because of the crying, blood tears, you would say. And that is basically all for the makeup. Just to tie the whole look together, I would recommend having second or third day hair for this, and then I just use a teasing brush and tease away, just tease my hair pretty much, because you don't really get to brush your hair or wash it when you're in an asylum. So I don't know, I thought really teased up messy hair was the way to go. Then I went ahead and took more blood and just brought it down to my shirt, and yeah, that is the finished look. I really do hope you guys enjoyed this Halloween tutorial. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and check the description for all my social media networks, which are always linked down below. So I really do hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys are excited for more of Halloween videos to come your way. I love you guys. Mwah. Bye.